Friends, today we want to thank God for mothers. Secondly, the Bible revealed to us that mothers raise us. In Proverbs 31 verse 27, the scriptures say, she watches over the affairs of a household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Now, one of the toughest jobs is being a mother. It is actually the commitment of being a mother that holds that person 24 hours, every minute, every second. She is never released of that responsibility and that commitment of being a mother. And so the most stressed person when a child is sick is not the child themselves. It is the mother who actually sometimes pray to God. We heard prayer like that. Why don't you put the sickness on me rather than on the child? Also, it's a wrong understanding, thinking God is the one who caused the sickness. Never. It is not God. It grieves God's heart when sin creeps into the world. Sickness and our environment affected, sickness, diseases, confront the health of his lovely children. Now the mother will say this, let the pain be on me rather than on the child. She raised them well. Someone said, man works from sun to sun, but woman's work is never done. Man works from sun to sun, but woman's work is never done. Mother is one of the most hardworking people in the world. Sometimes I'm puzzled really by my wife. She comes back so tired. She goes to the office 7:30 a.m. and she comes home 8:30, sometimes 9, sometimes 9:30 p.m. And in spite of that, she cooks. And I ask her why. She cooks because she wants to cook something, especially when my son is back from holiday, something that he likes to eat. And the cook will take up to sometime 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. After cooking, wash up, it will be past midnight. Why she does it? And always as a man, I can never understand. Take him out. Go to the best restaurant if we can. Don't have to go to the hassle and bustle of the difficulties of preparing a meal. It is love that we cannot understand. The extent of that love that God has given to them. And some of them have full-time job. And then some are full-time job at home, no less important as any job that God has given to us. We thank God for their hardworking. A mother talking to an old college friend said, remember, before I was married, I had 3 theories about raising children. Well, now I have 3 children and no theories. Child raising is really tough. L license. Every child is unique. You can read all the psychological book about child bearing. I read that before I became a father. And yet when the child comes, every stage it humbles me because every phase of the development is different. And someone who is here or there to stand on this pulpit and say, I tell you how to raise perfect children, you know that person is not perfect. If you examine close enough, some of the best psychologists on child psychologists, their families are in a mess. Because childbearing can only come, child raising is actually, you depend on God's wisdom. Human wisdom cannot take you further than that. You depend on God's wisdom that God gives to us. It is always an L license in raising children. But mothers, congratulations. And I dare to say the Christian community stands proud of this fact. That those who are, when I talk about Christian community, those who have actually active faith in God. I'm not talking about hanging a name, I'm a Christian. I'm talking about those who actively studying the Word of God, transformed by the Word of God, using God's principles to help to grow their children. They will see and bear fruits. And these are the children that history tells us that turned the world right side up. John Wesley himself was an example. The Wesley family. The mother was not fantastic. The mother didn't have a PhD degree. The mother doesn't have all the riches and facilities to bring up perfect children. The mother came from a poor wife of a priest. in that time, at that point of history, was not well paid. And many children, some could not survive. And those survived, she groomed them. We have inherited that legacy of that kind of love and discipline that brought about John Charles Wesley, that formed actually what we today have inherited, the Methodist movement.